Hi, this is John Barton from JB Cases. So real quick, I'm going to give you all a little pro tip on how to clamp your case to different furniture. Now I know that there's different case clamps out there, and there's different ways to do it. But this is an idea that I had that seems to work pretty good, and I haven't commercialized it yet, so if anybody wants to take the idea and run with it, go with it. I'm going to do my own version someday, maybe, or maybe not. But anybody can do this, and I think it's a good way to be able to clamp your stuff, keep it upright, to tables and sometimes to chairs, stuff like that. So here's what you can do. I know that there's like the chip clips and the clamps out there. You can get the spring clamps and you can rig them up to go to your case. That's all possible. Those are all decent solutions as well. I know some people make them commercially and sell them. But anybody can see how they're made, so they're not that difficult to make. This idea that I'm going to give you right now, I haven't seen it out there anywhere. If someone's done it, great. If not, then here you go. So anyway, this is my thought on how to do this. So give me a second. So here's the main reason I'm doing this. I get a lot of questions. People ask me, do you make cases with stands like these? They see these X stands that go like this, like golf bags, stuff like that. And I say no. And there's two reasons that I don't do it. Reason number one is it adds extra moving parts to the case. So it's more to break. And reason number two is because it takes up a lot of space and doesn't really solve the problem, because here's what those X stands do. So here, I'll move it over here so I can show you guys. Here's what they do. So there's usually a stand that's kind of clamped right here, and it goes over here, and you fold it out, and it makes the case sit at this angle. So then you'll have a stand that goes down here, and it's like a golf bag. It's like an X. So now when you want to get your cues in and out, you've got this big old footprint right there, and you got your cues stuck in here like this at an angle back here. So if you want to get it out, you're up against the wall, you're back here, or you got to pull the whole thing up and take it out and then make sure that stand gets back down where it is. And it's a big foot tripping hazard, so it's all out here, and people can hit it and knock your stuff over and all kinds of stuff. It's just in an unusual position, and it takes up a lot of space. So my solution is, first of all, a lot of our cases will just stand up by themselves like that. There you go. So you can put it there, you can lean it up against a table or whatever. But I know why, people don't like to lean it. They don't like it when it's not. A lot of people want it to be more stable. So here's something that can be done. These are curtain rods. This one was $7 from the Dollar General. I know you can get them cheaper at other places. And these are the tension ones. Pull it up a little bit so y'all can see me. Sorry. So these are the ones that have a spring inside, or they're supposed to. Did I get the wrong one? Apparently I got the wrong one. So normally these have a spring inside, and you can set up, this will work too, but it's with tension, okay? I like the spring-loaded ones because they, you just get them, snap them up under a table and something, which I'll show you here in just a second. So apparently I was too fast and I bought the wrong one there, so no big deal, I'll use it. It's totally usable. So this is a spring-loaded one, right? So this one here, you twist it, and it's got tension on here, okay? Now these aren't made to take a lot of tension, so you can't, they're not made to be so strong. So what I did before is I took duct tape and I taped it up so to prevent this little seam here. See if y'all can see that. There's a seam right here to prevent that, see it, from splitting, because I noticed that it split when I put too much tension on it. But anyway, let me show you what it does. So you can set this up. These are These come normally smaller than the shaft, so you can set it up right at shaft height. You can put it in your case. Now what I would do is these little rubber caps, they tend to come off, so you could tape it up. So for the moment, I'm just going to put it inside the larger cavity. I'm going to put it inside the larger cavity so you can see that it's not going to get stuck in there at all, okay? Because anyway, even if it does get stuck in our case, you can just pull it out and fish out this little piece. But if you're going to do this for yourself, I would tape it up, and I would put some good strong duct tape on there, and I would also tape that piece up so it doesn't have any chance to come off. But anyway, let's move on here. So give me 1 second, I'm going to go turn this light on. So, we're back. Let's say you're at a place and got a kind of a pub table like this one. Okay? So let's say you got a pub table kind of like this, right? This is a normal pub table height. Well, you would take your rod and unscrew it real quick, get it to the height you need it to be. So see there how it's just a little under that, right there? Stick it up under there. And there you go. Now, you got good tension right there, and it's staying right where it should. And if you want your cues, you could actually even lean it just a little bit. And you can get your cues in and out, no problem. Now check this out. Watch this. If you don't want it to be like that, you can put it through here, like this, go to the floor, unscrew it a little bit more. See how I'm unscrewing? I'm just going to go right about table height right here, see? Stick it up in there, and there you go. Now you can stick it outside the table just a little bit. You can see here, and put it up under here as much as I want it to be, even letting it lean a little bit, and there you go, there's your cues. So look. See that? There you go. Now it's sitting up under there. As long as you got enough tension right here, it's not going anywhere. It can't go anywhere. So there you go. You can move it, get it just exactly where you want it, and that works perfectly like that. Now another thing you can do is you can get a little strap like this. You can make them. This is a loop back Velcro piece. You can go get you can go to like an Office Depot or Staples, places like that, and you can find these little Velcro straps. And they're just, all they are is they loop back like this. They got a little piece of male Velcro right here. They got female Velcro all down in here. And with that, you can wrap that around and loop it back anywhere you want right there, like this, any which way. There's all a bunch of ways to do it. And you can see how that holds on right there, right? So you can put it back that way. You can go even more. To get more tension on there, you can do that so it's not going anywhere. There's all kinds of ways that you can use it in that way, right? You can get tiny little bungees that you can do. So real easy. The small little bungee cords, wrap it around real easy. This stuff goes real fast. Once you do it, you're setting up for the night, right, to play pool. It takes you like 2-3 minutes to set this up and you're done. And then same thing to get out. Now with our cases, for example, a lot of our cases will have towel rings on the side. So you can take it and you can put it through the towel ring, for example. Stick it right through the towel ring. Put it up under the table like that. And there you go. Now it's on the towel ring. So it's sitting like that. And here's another thing. If you wanted it to be a little bit more stable, for example, you could take it and thread it through. You can thread it through from the towel ring. Go like this and thread it through the handle. Now you've got even a little bit more stability. It's not going anywhere. See that? Look at this. Put it right in there. Now I'll move it further out to the edge of the table here. Look at that. See what I mean? Stick it in there wherever you feel comfortable. And there you go. Now you've got a cue holder right there. Let me pull this around so you can see what it looks like on the other side. See that? Look at how nice that looks in there like that. Now, if you had one of these ones that were a little heavier duty, right here, this one here is like I said, it's a tension rod. I don't like this as much because you got to fiddle with it to screw it in. But once you get it where you want it, you know, for this particular one, you might want to go a little bit like that, put the tension on it, and then stick it up under the table. Now you see how it's raising up the table. So I don't really like that as far as that goes. But so I should have bought the one, like I said, I should have bought the one that was I thought I was buying both of them had a spring in it. This one might be missing a spring. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. That's one thing you can do. And now as far as storage goes, when you're done with this thing, you want to take it with you, you can simply screw it down where you need it to be. Takes a few seconds to get it in place. And then just put it in one of your shaft holes right there. You can stick it in like that. Done, right there. Now that'll go even lower as well. So if you really want it to be lower, like the height of a shaft, you can screw it on down, and it'll get lower like that, and it fits right inside. See that? Now, if you don't have a space for that, you can figure out a way to attach it to the side of the case and do it that way. So there's a thing you can do there. You can also take these and you can use one of our sleeves, or a plastic sleeve that you get with a pool cue. Stick it in there, and you could even put a shaft in there. Like say you had a brake shaft or something that you really didn't care about. Whether it's shared space with another item, then you could put that right in that same space and you'd be fine. It won't hurt anything because our interiors are flexible like that, so you'd be okay. But you know, that's something for your judgment. But anyway, that's a tip right there that you can do. Get one of these curtain rods, and that'll work. Now, one thing is, if you were in a situation where you didn't have a table that you could do that to, then you could take the Velcro, like I said here, this stuff here, and you could just loop it to a chair or something like that, and have your case stable like that. Now, what I say here is like, for example, let's say I got a low table over here, right? So here we have a low table, and you can see here that the case is larger than the table, right? Taller than the table. Okay, well in this case, I'm going to take my curtain rod, put it up under the table, like that. Now you can see I kind of bent it a little bit when I was putting it through the handle. So it's already trying to split on me here because this thing's real weak. So that's the only drawback here. As you can see, it's real weak. It's already splitting. So like what I did is I just duct taped it all up, you know, and made sure it's not going to go anywhere. But for our purposes of demonstration right now, this will work just fine. So there we go. Now it's stable inside. Now, how am I going to hook it on here, right? Well, once again, you can take your loop back Velcro right here, or whatever you want. You know, there's tons of things you can get. Like you can get these little rubber wire pieces, stick it right through there. You can quickly unclip this with our cases. Okay, now I'm talking about our cases, but you can quickly unclip that and just wrap it around that. And then that'll give you some hold or some purchase on there. That's one way to do it. There's just a whole ton of ways that you can figure out to do this. So you'll see there, that gives you a little bit of space in there. You can crisscross them or do whatever you want. But what I would recommend is you take something like this and wrap it in here, like say for example, let's say put the case up to here. So we'll get it as close to the table as we can. So it's sitting above the table. And all you're going to do with that is wrap this around. Wrap that around, for example. Go through here. And then just loop it back in and Velcro it. Now you can see how that stands right there, no problem, right? Now, of course, this is not, you know, this particular thing is not going to hold. If somebody comes and they really kick your case hard or something like that, they're going to kick this whole thing out. So it's not like it's so stable that it's going to do that. If you want to do that, go to the table leg. Do the same thing with the loop back Velcro and just go straight to the table leg if you can. But this is going to keep it nice and stable, you know, in most situations. So most times people are going to avoid your case. But you can see here that if someone just happens to touch it, it's not going to go anywhere, you know. So it'll save your case from falling over in those situations. All right. So there you go. That's the pro tip for a different way to attach your case and keep it stable in different situations. Thanks a lot for watching. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.